Most people think watching movies alone means loneliness. But psychology says the opposite, because when you choose to sit alone in a dark room, no phone, no conversation, no shared reactions, your brain actually starts working differently. You're not escaping people, you're stepping into yourself, and that changes the entire experience. You sit there, quietly, the screen lights up your face, no one next to you, no one whispering, no one asking, "What's happening?" Just you and the story. But here's what most people don't notice. When others watch a movie, they don't just watch it, they watch each other. They laugh a little louder, they react a little faster, they feel what the group feels. This is called social conformity. Your brain automatically adjusts to match the people around you, even in something as simple as watching a scene. But when you're alone, that influence disappears, and suddenly your reactions slow down. Not weaker, just more real. You don't laugh because others are laughing. You don't feel tense because the room got quiet. You respond only to what you feel. And that's rare, because most people spend their entire lives reacting to others without realizing it. Now think about your own experience. Like, you've probably paused a movie, not because it was boring, but because something hit you. A line, a moment, a feeling. You needed time to process it, not share it, not explain it, just sit with it. That's emotional processing. When you're alone, your brain doesn't rush through feelings. It stays there longer. It goes deeper. You replay scenes, not because they were exciting, but because they felt personal. And slowly, something starts to happen. You begin to understand your own reactions. What triggers you? What connects with you? What feels uncomfortable? And why? This isn't just watching a movie anymore. This is self-observation. And if you do this often, if you naturally prefer experiencing things alone like this, then there's a high chance you're someone who values internal clarity over external noise. You're not easily satisfied with surface-level experiences. You want depth. Now here's another layer most people miss. Your brain also processes stimulation differently. Some people need noise, energy, people to feel engaged. But others, they get overwhelmed by too much input, too many voices, too many reactions, too many distractions. This is where introversion connects, but not in the usual way. It's not about being shy, it's about how your brain handles stimulation. When you watch a movie alone, you remove that overload, and suddenly, everything feels clearer. You notice details others miss, subtle expressions, quiet moments. Your attention becomes sharper, and that sharpness changes how deeply you experience things. Because focus creates intensity. Not loud intensity, but emotional intensity. And that's why movies feel different when you watch them alone. Not bigger, but deeper. But here's the uncomfortable truth. This isn't always a positive sign. Sometimes choosing to watch movies alone isn't about depth. It's about distance. It's easier this way, isn't it? No need to coordinate plans. No need to match someone else's mood. No risk of awkward silence. Just you, in control. And control feels safe. But if you're honest with yourself, there are moments when that silence doesn't feel peaceful at all. It feels heavy. Because when you remove distractions, you don't just experience the movie, you experience yourself. And sometimes, that's uncomfortable. Thoughts you've been avoiding, emotions you haven't fully processed, they start to surface, slowly, quietly. And instead of escaping them, you sit there, watching, feeling, thinking. That takes a certain kind of mind. But it also raises an important question. Are you choosing solitude, or are you slowly getting used to isolation? Because there's a difference. One gives you clarity, the other slowly disconnects you, and the line between them is very thin. Look at your patterns. Do you avoid watching movies with others, even when you could? Do you prefer being alone, not because it feels better, but because it feels easier? There's nothing wrong with either, but awareness matters, because your habits shape your identity, even in small moments like this. And here's something powerful most people don't realize. The way you consume something affects how you remember it. When you watch with others, your memory becomes social. You remember who said what, who laughed, what happened around you. But when you watch alone, your memory becomes emotional. You remember how it felt. The quiet shifts inside you. The thoughts that stayed after the screen went dark. And over time, that builds a stronger connection with yourself. You start trusting your own reactions. You don't need someone else to confirm if something was good. You already know. You felt it fully. And that builds something subtle but powerful. Self-trust, the kind that doesn't need validation, the kind that shows up in decisions, in conversations, in how you move through life. But again, balance matters, because depth without connection can turn into isolation, and connection without depth can turn into noise. The goal isn't to change what you do, it's to understand why you do it. Because once you understand that, you gain control in a different way. Not control over your environment, but control over your choices. You can choose to be alone without hiding. You can be with people without losing yourself. And the next time you sit in that dark room, watching a movie alone, don't just see it as a habit, see it as a signal. Because if you do this, if you genuinely prefer experiencing things this way, then you're probably someone who is more aware of your inner world than most. Someone who values depth over distraction. Someone who doesn't just consume stories, but feels them. And maybe understands something deeper through them. So don't rush to label it. Don't assume it's loneliness. Just notice it. Notice how you think, how you react, how you feel when no one else is there. Because in that quiet moment, you're not just watching a movie, you're watching yourself.